What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel, and Manchester United are back in action again tomorrow. This time it's in the Europa League, Old Trafford, 8 PM kickoff, and we are up against Paok or Paok. I'm not quite sure how you actually pronounce the team name, but they are travelling to Old Trafford for match day 4 of the Europa League. And manager is Razvan Lucescu, I think that's how you say his name. And he spent 2 years in Saudi Arabia and then returned to Paok for a second term, signing a 3-year contract in 2000 and May 2021. And he did go on to become, or is right now, the highest paid coach in the history of Paok. And if you have a look at his first spell at Paok, it was between August 2017 to June 2019, and he did have a 73.91% win percentage for Paok in his first spell. And he is a Romanian coach, kind of unknown. He did manage Al Hilal in Saudi Arabia between 2019 and February 2021, and then he returned to Paok in May 2021. And currently right now he does have a 56.83 win percentage, so he is kind of performing worse than his first spell at Paok. But last season though, they did go on to kind of win the league. So yeah, I think what we should do, we should get into some insights. So let's have a look at some insights for the match. So Manchester United have won all 6 of their home games against Greek sides by an aggregate score of 20 to 1, with their first meeting their first ever meeting with Paok. Having been unbeaten in their first 4 meetings with English sides, winning 1, drawing 1 against Arsenal, and winning 1 and drawing 1 against Tottenham. Paok lost their 2 most recent matches against Chelsea in the 2018-19 season. Manchester United, unfortunately, are winless in 6 major European matches, drawing 4 and losing 2, their worst run since 1890 to 1893, also 6, and they have never previously gone 7 without a win. Paok have lost 5 of their last 6 away UEFA Europa League matches, drawing 1 since a 4-1 win at a Belarusian side, Bate Borisov, in October 2018. Their last stat is very interesting. The last insight: Manchester United defender Lisandro Martinez has progressed the ball upfield 554 meters with ball carries in the UEFA Europa League this season, the most by any player. So there are your insights for the match. In terms of recent form this season, if you have a look at Paok's recent form, they are coming away with a win against Lamia in the league, and they did win in the Greek Cup as well, and they lost against OFI in the league, and they drew in the Europa League to Victoria Pleasant, and they drew to Athens in the game before that, and they won against Levadiakos, I think that's how you say their name. So they have, in their last 6, they have won they've won 3 of the last 6 games. They've won 3 games, drawn 2 and lost 1. So they're coming in with some okay form this match. However, in the Europa League, they are not looking too good this season. But I think what we should have a look at last season. Last season, if we speak about Paok, they did finish top of the league. But what's interesting about the Greek Super League is that the top 6 go on to play. They go on to play a kind of what's it called? A playoff round kind of thing. So the top 6 play against each other again in a playoff round. So we should have a look at that. I didn't personally know this about the Greek league, so this is very interesting and new information for me as well. So if you look at Paok here, they did finish top with 26 games played. If you have a look at the 14 teams here, 14 times 2 is 28. But obviously you can't play yourself twice. So 28 minus 2 is 26. So of course, 26 times you play in the season. The top 6 then advance to the playoff round, and they then fight off for a chance to win the league. So if you have a scroll down here, this is how it finished at the end of the playoff round. So the top 6 teams from the regular season will meet twice, 10 matches per team, for places in the UEFA Champions League, Conference League, and potentially the Europa League, depending on the Greek Cup, as well as deciding the league champion. So they did win the league last season with 80 points, finishing 2 points above Athens and 6 points above Olympiacos, and Panathinaikos 8 points above them as well. So in terms of that, they are a kind of a decent side in terms of Greek football, let's just say. They did qualify for the Champions League, Champions League round, and they made it to the second qualifying round due to them winning the league. However, they did win against Banja Luka. I think that's how you say their name. That's a Bosnian Herzegovinian side. They beat them 4-2. Let's just have a look at that as well. So you can see here, Paok, they beat them 4-2 on aggregate. But they did lose in the third qualifying round against Malmo 6-5. So, and then they dropped down to the Europa League, and they did kind of go through in the Europa League there as well. So, we'll have a look at that as well in terms of their results. Where is it going to be? It's going to be in their last season here. So it's going to be this season. Yeah, so they're not a great side, let's be honest. They do play, of course, in the top division of Greek football, but they are in the Europa League because they didn't qualify for the Champions League because they failed to beat Malmo. Apart from that, they don't really have that much going for them. They are kind of dominating kind of Greek football right now. I think they are top of the league. Let me just confirm. I'm pretty sure they are top of the league right now. No, they are. They are second in the league, with 20 points played. 20 points, 10 games played, 6 wins, 2 draws, and 2 losses. So we'll have a look at the league table for them as well. So there they are in second place, 1 point behind Iris. I think that's how you say the name. I'm not quite familiar with the Greek league, but yeah, in terms of that, that's how they're doing right now. In terms of their lineup, let's have a look at how they line up. Usually they line up in a 4-2-3-1. There's your lineup there. I'm not gonna kind of. Shall I go over the names? Kotaski, Johnny, Kedzora, I think. Lovren, of course, we're familiar with him. He's ex-Liverpool player. Barber, Schwab, Kamara, Despodov, Merg, Tyson, and Brandon. In the Greek league, of course, they dominate possession. They did kind of have quite a lot of possession in their last match. I'm pretty sure they dominated that last match. Who they were up against. They had quite a lot of possession that match. So in the Greek league, they do dominate possession because they are a decent side. They had 74% possession against Lamia, who they won against on the weekend. So they do dominate possession in the Greek league, and they are expected to because they are a decent side. But Man United really shouldn't be making hard work of them. But yeah, in terms of other things, how they're gonna line up, how they're gonna play, I'm pretty sure they're gonna come to Old Trafford. They're gonna play on the counter attack. They're away from home. They're gonna be at Old Trafford. It's gonna be a tough game for them. They're gonna set up defensively. They're gonna sit back and make it difficult for us to kind of play. And that's what I'm expecting from them. They're not going to come and play this expansive football like we have seen it, like Barnsley, like they tried. But I don't know why Barnsley came to Old Trafford and tried, opening themselves up and playing the way they did. But I think it is going to be, they are going to sit back. They are going to make it difficult for us. Their star man is Despodov. Usually plays on the right wing. He's got 1 goal and 3 assists. But yeah, apart from that, I've not really got much to say about them. I've not been kind of researching them in depth. But yeah, in terms of Manchester United though, last match we did draw against Chelsea. Chelsea remain without a win at Old Trafford in the Premier League since May 2013 due to Mata scoring in the 87th minute. This was in Sir Alex Ferguson's last season in charge as manager, his second to last game in charge at home in the Premier League. We did have enough opportunities to win this game against Chelsea on the weekend, and we definitely should have done so. Rashford hit the bar. Garnacho had countless opportunities, not countless, but he had like two very good opportunities to score, and his shots basically were easy saves for Sanchez, the goalkeeper for Chelsea. And then finally, he did have a through ball that he could have played through to Ahmad. We saw on Twitter. I've seen images on Twitter. He just needs to slide that ball through, and Ahmad could be in a one-on-one, or he plays in Mazraoui as well. I think this is in the either late on in the first half or early on in the second half, where Mazraoui makes an overlapping run and he completely ignores him. So Garnacho, for me, not a very good game. Very poor decision making in the final third, and we definitely should have won that game against Chelsea as well. So yeah, in terms of Manchester United team news, I think we should have a look at that. So Ruud van Nistelrooy provided fitness updates on several Manchester United players during Wednesday's press conference. So we saw Christian Eriksen and Antony return to work after being absent for recent games due to injury, while Mason Mount was again present as he builds back to full fitness as well. Mason Mount, again, I'm getting sick and tired of him always constantly being out injured. It's really frustrating. The best, he just needs to be available. It's just annoying when players are just out injured. Okay, we don't want them to aggregate the injuries or be injured more or whatever, but it's kind of frustrating that he's just been out. So I'm not a fan of Mount. I don't think we should have bought him, but yeah, he's looking to build back full fitness as well. Leny Yoro as well was welcomed back by the group for the first time since undergoing surgery in the summer, and Van Nistelrooy gave a positive bulletin regarding the 18-year-old's situation, and he said he's been managed very well. Obviously going to be a long one. Big moment, first time back in team training as well. He'll be partially back over coming weeks, and we'll look to get him on board as quick as possible. Marcus Rashford came out before the rest of the squad to do some individual work, which Ruud suggested did not signify anything special as well. Taro Malacia was again involved as he moves further along towards a full recovery from the issues that have kept him sidelined since May 2023. So that is almost a year and a bit that he's been out. That is absolutely insane. Luke Shaw as well, very frustrating that he's out. We don't have a recognised fullback playing right now. We don't have a recognised full left back, that is fit. Maybe Harry Amas can get some minutes against Paok tomorrow. But yeah, in terms of that, also we're looking at midfield duo. Toby Collier and Mainu are out, but Bruno Fernandes is available once again in Europe after serving his one-match ban last month. So in terms of Manchester United, we are also awaiting on the fitness of Christian Eriksen, and Antony. I think he's going to be back in the squad as well. But yeah, let's have a look at my Manchester United 11 that I would line up with. This is basically the same lineup that I would have gone with against Chelsea. It basically is the same except for Garnacho, number 17, is out for Ahmad. So Onana, I will also switch Mazraoui and Dalot as well. So Dalot has gone right back, Delete Martinez, Mazraoui at left back, Casemiro, Ugarte in the middle, Ahmad right wing, Bruno in the attacking midfield position, number 10, Rashford left wing, and Højlund up front. So this is assuming Eriksen isn't fit, but even if Eriksen is fit, I think we save him and we play him, give him some minutes, or hopefully he can come off the bench against Paok, but because I believe he's our best central midfielder in that position, I think it's best to keep him kind of safe and wrap himself in cotton wool kind of thing. But yeah, that's why Eriksen isn't starting as well. Also, Ugarte, I think he's done okay in Europe, not amazing. He wasn't brilliant against Chelsea. He was okay. I think his performance was a little bit kind of blown out of proportion a little bit. I don't think he was that good that people are making out to be. In terms of Rashford as well, I really want to see him on the left. Rashford, like I said, is our best left winger. He's better than Garnacho there, and it was really annoying that Rashford is senior to Garnacho. However, Garnacho is getting more of his way by playing on the left-hand side, and number 17 basically needs to be benched. I'm not happy with Garnacho whatsoever. You know, personally, like, I'm gonna judge Amorim on whether or not he rates number 17. Like, my man is very frustrating to watch. No kind of decision making in the final third. Very poor on the ball. He's an okay dribbler. He's got some pace, but I'm not sure if Manchester United is his level, to be honest with you. I think he's got very lucky. You know, he definitely shouldn't be starting week in, week out for Manchester United. As with Kobbie Mainoo as well, he's only 19, 20 years old. He shouldn't be starting week in, week out. As with Leny Yoro as well, he also shouldn't be starting week in, week out when he does return as well. You know, there's young players, we need to bed them in slowly, and, you know, they can't be kind of featuring, you know, starting basically every single week like Kobbie Mainoo was last season and Garnacho was last season as well. But yeah, number 17 needs to be benched. I'm not sure if he is good enough to be starting week in, week out, and I'm not even sure if he's good enough to be playing for Manchester United whatsoever, despite, you know, his GA this season. It just isn't, you know, he's inflated GA. He's got 6 GA, 6 goals and assists in 2 games in the League Cup, man. You know, it's quite inflated. So anyway, Manchester United star man, I'm gonna go with Marcus Rashford. I do believe he is our best and most consistent winger. He definitely should have more assists. If kind of Garnacho and Højlund and Xerxes could finish, Rashford would definitely be in more assists in the Premier League. And also, if Rashford could kind of maybe taking a little bit more shots, maybe be a little bit more selfish in his play, he would definitely have more goals in the Premier League as well. But yeah, how do you beat POK? We are at home. The onus is going to be on us to take the game to them. Pace, power, strength, unpredictability, intensity, confidence on the ball. We're going to have to stay patient. They are going to frustrate us. They're going to keep the they're going to sit back, and we're going to have a lot of the ball. We're going to have to keep the ball really well. You know, exploit. I think there's going to be possibly space out wide which we could exploit. So move the ball side to side quickly and disrupt their kind of defensive shape that they're going to come up with. They're going to probably sit in a 4-4-2 compact defensive structure. If we can get third man runs from midfield, possibly Casemiro making some third man runs, possibly Bruno Fernandes making them runs, or Rashford as well making runs, and someone like Bruno or Casemiro finding them, then we can, you know, open them up. But most importantly, when we do create chances against POK, we're going to have to finish them. I do think we are going to get chances, and most importantly, we are going to have to finish these chances, because that's what we've not been doing this season in the league. And yeah, it's very, very important that we do win tomorrow, because we are not looking good in the Europa League. If we have a quick look at the Europa League table, we'll have a look right now. Let me just pull up the table quick time. So this is the table for the Europa League. We are sitting in 22nd place. 3 played, 3 draws. All games which we should have won, in my opinion, because we were leading them. We were leading against Twente, Fenerbahce, and Porto. Fenerbahce and Porto are above us. Fenerbahce, Porto, and Twente, we were leading them. You know, we were winning them games, and then we went on to draw all of them. And basically, it just isn't good enough to be kind of in 22nd place in the Europa League, when Fenerbahce, Porto, and Twente are all teams we should be beating. And POK are down here in 30th place with only 1 point. They've drawn 1, lost 2. So we definitely need to be beating them. They're definitely not a great side in terms of the quality that Manchester United have. We definitely should be coming away with all 3 points, and that will leave us in a better stead to qualify for Champions League next season, because I don't believe we are going to be finishing in the top 4 in the Premier League. I believe that boat has passed, and I don't believe Amorim is going to kind of make us shoot up the league table in the Premier League. So yeah, I'm going for a 3-0 Manchester United win. I'm going to go for Rashford, Højlund, and Bruno to score. And Man United are 1 win in their last 11 games in Europe. Hopefully that does change and Man United come away with all 3 points tomorrow. Anyway, if you enjoyed this preview, leave a like, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the other side when we've collected 3 points tomorrow.